This Love is Blind season sucks. We should have watched Temptation Island Spain.
Dude, we could.
How?
With Surfshark.
What's that? Tell me all about it.
I will.
Guys, Surfshark VPN is an app and browser extension that lets you virtually place your computer or phone anywhere in the world and allows you to access the internet as if you were there instead. Now Joe can finally watch Temptation Island Spain. Yeah, that's right. Surfshark makes it to where you can unlock TV shows and movies that aren't available in your country on different streaming services. I use this as well and it's so clutch. Surfshark also encrypts all of your information, keeping you safe online so you don't have to feel anxious about people gaining access to your passwords and data, which is very important nowadays. Also, you can do this with an unlimited amount of devices on one account. Also, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is the perfect cherry on top. So guys, click that link in the description at surfshark.com/Aaron and Joe to get 4 extra months of Surfshark. What's going on, guys? A little bit of a different video today. The universe
hates us.
So this is what happened. Joe and I a few days ago have a double recording day. So we do 4 hours worth of Love is Blind. By the way, the most brutal Love is Blind recordings we've ever had because this season's editing is atrocious and the couples are atrocious. Pretty much besides Joey and Monica because they're pretty fun. So this is what happened. We go through 4 hours of recording. Me and Joe are in a horrible mood after it. We're like, dash out. The first recording, I was gonna edit. The second recording we did that day, I sent it to our editor. Me and Joe go out later that night and we're drunk at the bars and we get a text from our editor like, yo, your audio is completely and I was like, huh? So I was like, I'm gonna worry about it in the morning. This is my morning. Within 30 seconds of waking up the next day, I get an email. Your last Love is Blind video is copyrighted and it's blocked, it's taken down. I was like, okay, you know, usually in this situation, get up, submit a dispute. My internet's out. I can't submit a dispute because my internet's out. And then I'm like, okay, well, at least let me see like if the audio is actually scuffed or not. I go through both of our recordings. My mic sounds like we're talking through a 1950s telephone. Like it's like, but don't worry, there's a slight silver lining. The camera audio still got captured, so we can show a few clips. So we're gonna catch you up on it, show you the essential clips, take these like 3.5 hours worth of content and just give you a sandwich of it, and we'll show our reactions to the best part.
Love is Blind sandwich.
Okay, so continuing in the last episode where we're in the pods, we get the reveal between Matt Roids and the blonde girl. We don't.
Sarah.
That's the thing about the season. We don't know the names. It seems pretty awkward at first, but I think it's a lot of just nerves and camera shyness. Nothing too crazy happened. Kind of boring, standard. Just kind of like, oh my gosh, my hand.
I'm shaking.
I'm shaking. Oh my god. And then we get the Dave proposal to Lauren. Horrible news for Joe.
Fuck. Yeah, then Madison wants to break up with Mason because she's committed to Alex now. And then Mason, as he's getting broken up with, flip-flops it. He's like, actually, I'm breaking up with you. Actually, you weren't my number one all along. It's just kind of cringe, and Madison picks up on that.
Yeah.
And then basically tells Mason, like, oh, this is going to ruin your chances with Meg as well. And then goes in, tells Meg what happens. And Meg's, like, kind of not thrown off at first.
She's like, don't tell me that.
Yeah, like...
But then it's kind of
the longer she thinks about it, the more she realizes, like, fuck, I'm option number 2. And he just tried to, like, switch around and cover for himself. Like, no, you're actually number 1 the entire time. So Meg then ends things with Mason. So our vocal fry man is no more.
We move on to
Christmas couple.
Yeah, the Christmas guy, the Christmas picture guy.
They get engaged.
We give him a nickname, a different nickname.
Yeah, he gets a new nickname.
Something actually happened, and we'll show our reaction to that very soon. Then we get a Lauren and Dave reveal. It is awkward as hell.
Oh God.
Dave does not compliment her until like 4 minutes in and it just says you're beautiful. Dave just has no chemistry or personality, and so what the hell is Lauren supposed to bounce off of? It is hard to watch. Dave is loser energy. Devin and Virginia have their reveal or proposal.
Then we get the biggest throw of all time.
Yeah, Alex fumbles Madison, bro. So Alex and Madison are now talking in the pods. This is right after Madison broke it off with Mason. And now they're in the pods, and Alex is like, oh, I just feel so bad for Mason. I just feel so bad. She's like, why do you feel bad? He like said he committed and then backtracked on his word. He's like, I just understand his point of view. She's like, that kind of hurt me though, because I felt like he was kind of playing with me and Meg's emotions or whatever. And he's like, yeah, but I understand his point of view. He kept defending Mason for some reason. I don't know why. Why aren't you protecting your girl? Why aren't you siding with your girl and just trusting her word? But he kept being like, I just understand both sides. It was the stupidest thing to sit through, and their energy completely falls apart, and they end up not getting engaged.
They just call it off right there.
They call it off. It was insane.
Meg, Mason, Alex, and Madison. None of them are getting married. That entire love square is just
Mason and Alex.
It's been eradicated.
Mason and Alex fumbled hard. Then we get the Devin and Virginia reveal. Devin is really trying to spark like some sort of like conversation chemistry, but Virginia is just not giving anything. She's just very like, oh my god, yeah, I love you. Amazing. That's her the entire
the entire show, dude.
It's her. Yeah, exactly. Like she just doesn't. She doesn't really have a personality. Like I'm sure she's sweet, but I'm just saying. Then we get to the Christmas couple reveal, and it is so weird. They walk towards each other, they hug, and then she goes for a handshake.
Are you kidding me?
Should we shake hands?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Leave right now.
Oh!
I'm gonna get on a knee again.
Okay.
Is that alright?
For the third time.
For the
yeah, that's
third
fine.
time?
And then randomly, like, the reveal gets a little bit better as they kind of have some sort of chemistry, but you can tell just something's off.
After the nerves settle, yeah, he does crack a few jokes. It seems like things are going better, but you can still kind of tell that she's a little like, whoa, that was strange. And then we have a crazy beat switch, and then we see, what's her name? Taylor in the hotel, and she's like,
when the doors first opened and I saw Daniel, I thought, he's so familiar to me.
What the fuck is happening? Is he a stalker or something? What the fuck is going on?
A couple months ago, I remember getting a follow request, and I'm fairly positive that Daniel followed me on Instagram.
What? Dude, wait, he's a stalker then. What the?
I just remember seeing this one picture from this account of him being in front of a Christmas tree.
Of course it's a Christmas photo.
I believe he knew exactly what I looked like the entire time we were talking through the wall.
Oh my god, this is crazy. This is the craziest thing that's ever happened.
You followed her on?
How you doing?
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
He followed her on to Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Like,
he followed her on Instagram before the show, found out that she applied. That's what it's implying.
I thought, like, wow, he looks familiar to me.
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm pretty confident that you had followed me on Instagram not long before coming here.
Oh god. Oh my.
I do not follow you on Instagram.
I mean, you followed me and then you unfollowed me.
Oh. Wait, what?
Do you have a picture on your Instagram in front of a Christmas tree with your legs crossed?
I have a picture of me in front of a fireplace.
Okay.
Not a drink in my hand.
Okay.
Dude, this is fucking insane. We need to, like, arrest this guy.
I have a picture of me.
but like he seems guilty with him being like, not like.
It's
no,
a
what
crazy,
the fuck are you
it's a
talking
crazy
about?
accusation, and if it wasn't true, I would have been like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, what?
no,
You're
no.
crazy."
But he's like all.
He has a guilty body language right now. He's guilty, dude.
Yeah.
Because if I was accused of that, and
I would be freaking the fuck out.
yeah, I would be like, What are you talking about? And then I would have pulled out my phone on the spot and been like, "No, this is my fucking feed."
We also had mutual people, if I remember right, when I looked at your profile.
Yeah, he knows. He
Just admit it, dude. He is a stalker, man.
Love is Blind stalker. We got such a thumbnail and title right now, man. Let's go.
We do.
Yeah.
It's better than a cheater. Oh wait, no. Well, she's a victim. She's a victim. Maybe we shouldn't rejoice. That's actually creepy. It's a bad thing.
Dude, that's also crazy of him, like, her saying, you know, all the things that I liked. Like, did he make up that entire Christmas shit?
Well, no, I think he's always liked Christmas, but he just needed to find his Christmas shoddy, and if she had Snapchat or Instagram highlights of Christmas, he's like, that's my shoddy, and I have to follow her to the end of the time.
Insane.
Someone tweeting right now, if he ain't like this, then I don't want him.
But I'm still struggling to feel good about it.
I promise you that I don't remember any.
He's a bad liar, dude. He's a bad liar.
I'm shaking up right now thinking that that might be the case.
What? You know the information. You're the guy.
It's possible.
Oh, now it's possible.
But then also, like, what do you mean followed and unfollowed, and you're like, I never saw you before?
Cheating the system, I just wouldn't have done it.
That's not cheating the system, that's stalking.
If I look at that and I do see your name there,
If you look at the followers thing and see my name, like that's gonna suck.
I'm telling
What?
you. I'm telling you, dude. Like,
Taylor, if you like the answers that you need, we're willing to give you your phone.
we just say yes. Why would you not do this right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's very possible.
I'm going to look.
Okay.
It's very possible?
Once again, if these accusations were made against me, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, that never happened. But he is the worst liar.
Just a lot of followers. Wow. Very humbling. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I need to know too, you know?
Now I feel crazy.
What?
Wait.
I hope.
Wait.
His name isn't there?
Do you believe me?
I do.
We don't. Wait, hold on. None of this is adding up at all.
Why did he react like that then? If he never followed her, he's a horrible
Truther.
Being falsely accused of something that
Of
severe.
stalking?
I would flip out on her.
It seems like he got away with it.
And he was
It looks
super
like.
nervous, being like,
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been possible.
But if you
Yeah. There's
See, dude, no, I'm not buying it.
I promise you I didn't know.
I didn't. Also,
not
I
buying
didn't
it.
know.
Didn't
What do
know
you mean?
what?
I didn't know.
Didn't know what?
What do you mean? I promise you,
his brain was a million places as well.
This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
in the history of life.
How do you just walk past that from both of their perspectives?
I don't know.
Also, the reason why, even though his name doesn't pop up, me and Joe still believe that he did stalk her and follow her because of his reaction to that. And then he mentioned in episode 2, I wonder if we've ever crossed paths.
I wonder if we've ever crossed paths.
Yeah, like, why would you hint at something like that?
So suspicious.
Yeah.
I do think he stalked her onto the show. If I throw in my 2 cents, you don't have to believe it. I would put money on it. That's how confident I am. And I hope they don't get married, because holy shit.
We head over to Honduras, and it's a broken record. It's the most boring Love is Blind getaway we've had. Nothing happens. Like,
It's the same thing from the reveals. Everyone keeps talking about how they love each other, but then there's no chemistry.
most people are walls in this show, I would say, except for Joey Monica. And then you could tell Devin is trying here and
Devin's trying, but Virginia's not giving much. Dave isn't giving much.
No.
The stalker couple's just kind of weird and
Yeah,
boring.
they're
They're just strange.
Matt Royds and blonde girl Sarah.
They actually do
They
They
start building up chemistry. And
They warm up a bit. It's still not very fun to watch, but you know.
You could tell that they're into each other though. So at least
There's
it's kind
something.
of like And then all of a sudden Dave pulls out in the Pit Vipers. And as a 30-year-old man, you should never be wearing Pit Vipers. Pit Vipers are a fucking joke, and everyone who buys them, I assumed, were in on the joke. That entire frat character, like, oh, that shit's hilarious.
But he's wearing
And now Dave is wearing it genuinely. He thinks he looks cool.
So they go on a boat, and we get the most atrocious, 10 minutes of the season yet. So pretty much we learn that Dave's friend's friend used to have a friends with benefits thing with Lauren. And he is so bothered by this, but she's like, I never dated him. It was a friends with benefits thing for 2 months. And he's like, well, it was fairly recent, coming up to the point of the show. And she's like, well, I don't know what you want me to say. I never dated, and I came on the show, wanting to fall in love, and I fell in love with you. And then Dave is like, well, I just, I haven't dated anyone in 4 years. So Dave is clearly just very insecure that she's gotten action somewhat recently in the past year, and he probably hasn't gotten action in the past 4 years. That's the energy that comes off him.
It's literally just like incel of like, you've had sex before, you were this to me. That's how he's coming off in a sense.
And then he brings up Molly on the boat too, like
yeah.
And it seems like
I want to call Molly.
Yeah. Anyways, get to the next episode. Everyone meets up for the party. It is the first time where everyone meets each other, and there's no cross couples. Like no one dated the other person in that, so there's no drama. So everyone's just cool.
And it sucks.
There's no side conversations like, no, we actually did have something in the pause. No, everyone...
No one sneaks off to go make out or anything.
Yeah, everyone's just like, yeah, this is cool.
The most interesting thing that happens is Dave being weird again and asking all the women, have you had sex yet?
Like, I've been asking people, like, have you had sex yet?
He hasn't had sex with Lauren. None of the couples have had sex, but I think Matt Royce...
Yeah, Matt Royce and Sarah, I think that they were the only one.
Okay, so we move away from there. Everyone moves in. They have to live together for 2 weeks or 3 weeks up until the wedding. So they look at see each other's apartment or house or whatever. The Christmas couple keeps talking about Christmas. They've brought up there's like 5 minutes worth of footage this season that is them just talking about Christmas. It's weird as hell.
Where should we put my stocking since Christmas is nowhere near?
Let's circle back to the Christmas tree conversation.
Where?
How many? You know I put up 4 in my 1 bedroom. I got this.
With the Christmas.
Give me the card.
decor.
And then we get a really funny dialogue scene between Devin and Virginia because it's the first time they actually talk about finances.
Cool. Should have a lot saved up and ready to, if I need to buy a house or...
He's like, yeah, I got money for a home, so however you want to split that. One can cover the mortgage, one can cover utilities, as if that's like a fair split.
Buying a house, do we want to have one person do the mortgage and then the other person do like utilities?
Yeah, so she pays the entire mortgage, but it's still the house is in his name still.
And he just pays electricity and water. And then she finally says something. Virginia says something. We learn something about her. She wants to be a millionaire.
I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So, I'm starting small, but I'm working my way up.
And she also wants a prenup.
Separate accounts? Even like a prenup?
2 things. This is the most we've learned about her.
Laura after she drops the prenup that she wants one, Devin looks like he just got shot. And then after switching up from being like, I got money saved up for vacations and the house. And then he immediately was like, so with my student loans and medical bills, like immediately switches up right after she says prenup.
And then I have medical bills from my surgeries.
Yeah. And then we cut away from that. Monica shows Joey off to her family, and it goes really well. There's fun, laugh, love type energy. But then Monica's sister pulls her outside, and she's like, break up with them right now.
He's not your type. When you look at him,
I know your type. It's a 6'5" Italian man. And Monica's like, well, yeah, that's everyone's type.
6'5" Italian model.
Okay, and I think that's like everyone's type
You
in
can
the
learn
world.
that.
And then every time the sister says something like negative, Monica has a perfect response like, no, we've actually bonded really well. And then the sister just gives up and
just drops it
and just says,
It's crazy. I didn't think that you would be getting married first. Like, I'm 5 years older than you. I almost feel like it's I have to do it first,
Yeah.
and it's just a clear like projection jealousy thing onto like she's just clearly jealous that they actually have a connection. Like she had nothing on Joey to bring up. Next
episode 9. I've got a bone to pick with each of these episodes, but good fucking God.
We have
three lines written down.
We have 4 bullet points on a 1 hour episode. That's how atrocious episode 9 is. And
episode 9 is meeting the parents. We don't have a single note about when they're meeting the families. All we have is Christmas couple when he's meeting the parents.
The parents ask like, what made you go on the show? And he's like, my sister's blind.
So how did you get interested, Daniel?
With my sister. My sister's blind. I saw how she loved people, and it was all just based on who they are.
He's like, and I wanted to love like how she loved. Yeah. And we're like, what the fuck?
We cut to Dave's apartment with Lauren, and he's still going incel mode about the friends with benefits thing, and Lauren is like, I don't get why this is such a big deal, like get over it. And his friends are supposed to come over, and he's like, they're actually on standby because, like
I don't want to make it awkward.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, you're the one that's making it awkward.
She's like, yeah, it doesn't need to be awkward. Like, the Friends with Benefits thing is done. Like, like, I don't get why. And then he's like, well, it's just because, like, I wake up to you in bed every day.
I'm just, like, going to bed at night. She was just doing this with some other guy, like, right before she came here.
I was not going to bed with him at night.
I'm just saying. It's just like, we've barely hooked up. He says that to Lori. We've barely hooked up. Dude, it is the most loser shit.
What about my dick?
Yeah, and it ends up causing a problem. They don't end up meeting the friends. And they just kind of like...
They call it a day for now. We'll see what the next conversation is. Last one is Matt Royds and Sarah. Sarah sees a TikTok video of this girl crying, saying, like, why do they keep letting shitty men on these Netflix shows? And Sarah's first like, oh, who do you think this is about? And Matt immediately is like, by the way, that's about me. And I don't know why she would post that, because all we did was, like, go on a couple dates 4 years ago, and then I ghosted her. Never had a relationship, never hooked up. Basically, Sarah doesn't really know what to believe with that.
Yeah, because he was a little...
Yeah, he's being a little weird with it.
He was a little suspicious with the way he was, like... He seems like he was hiding a couple details that probably should have been brought up. It leaves off, and she's like, I'm not going to disregard what she says, but I'm also going to take your word.
She needs more information at this point.
She needs more information on why this girl is crying if this was 4 years ago. Why is this girl crying over this situation? So, that's where we are, guys.
All caught up.
3.5 hours, guys. The episodes we have coming up are... the
reunion, so we'll be able to get Molly.
Yeah, we're going to see Mason, Madison come back for, like, the barbecue thing. Like, everyone comes back from the pods. That's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be a mess. I think I'm actually looking forward to that. The next video you'll see from us will be back to normal as far as structure and the reaction type thing. Links in description. We got social media. We got Patreon, 30-minute vlog, podcast if you want to learn about our personal lives and be a stalker, just like
Christmas guy.